Hello guys, it's Michael from the Load Cave here in Sweden. Let's talk about some stuff that's going around in the world, about Ukraine, the war in Ukraine, and what's happening in the States after the election with the new president, Donald Trump, and the world is gonna be a less safer place again. So, yeah. We will see in the future what's gonna happen, but I don't have a good feeling about it. I think that the world have got a new dictator, unfortunately. So he and Putin and Kim Jong-un and President Xi and others can take each other in hands because they are all the same crazy. But we will see. We will see. Maybe I have wrong, but I have a strong feeling that something is not going to be good. So let's start with a clip here when it's talking about the war in Ukraine. Let's see here.
People, they're great people. I don't want to do that, but we got to get this war ended. And if they don't make a settlement like fast, and Zelensky, I will say this, he wants to settle now. He's had enough. He shouldn't have allowed this to happen either. No. You know, if he's no angel, he shouldn't have allowed this war to happen. First of all, he's fighting a much bigger entity, okay? Much bigger. When he was, you know, talking so brave and so. Now, two things happened. They were brave, but we gave them billions of dollars. The United States spent $200 billion more than Europe. Why did we spend more? You know why? Because Biden never asked Europe to spend more.
Yeah, you heard what he said. It's not true, but yeah. Who knows? Who knows? I haven't been counting it, so. But that's crazy. He said that Ukraine shouldn't have allowed it to happen. So how can they not allowing Russia to attack them? So I don't know. They need to defend themselves. So I don't think he has a choice to make just to try to defend the country. But yeah, he's crazy. He's crazy. So you blame it on Ukraine, the war, because it started. So yeah, that's crazy. And let's see more what we can find out. He also talking about every businesses in the world. So he say my message to every business in the world is very simple. Come and make your products in America and we will give you among the lowest taxes of any nation on earth. But if you don't make your products in America, you will have to pay a tariff. Yeah, smart guy. So he wants to put tariffs on every country in the world that's not making their products in United States. So you're gonna hear it for yourself. So let's see. Here we go.
My message to every business in the world is very simple. Come make your product in America, and we will give you among the lowest taxes of any nation on earth. We're bringing them down very substantially, even from the original Trump tax cuts. But if you don't make your product in America, which is your prerogative, then very simply you will have to pay a tariff, differing amounts, but a tariff which will direct hundreds of billions of dollars and even trillions of dollars into our treasury to strengthen our economy and pay down debt.
Yeah, you see. He's crazy. He's crazy. So he wants to put taxes and tariffs on everyone if they don't make their stuff in US. So let's see more what we can find out for tragic stuff about this crazy man. Here we got one thing we can take. Let's see. It's about this catastrophe right now with the fire and stuff is going on in USA, and Donald Trump suggests he will only provide aid to California if they pass a voter ID law. Then he said he will put no conditions on North Carolina, a state that voted for him. Yeah, that's pretty evil. So he wants everyone to do exactly what he say, or else he won't help them out. So he will let them have their disaster if they don't came through and make a law for voter ID. So then it's not going to give them some help, and you're going to hear it by yourself. So here we go. Let's see.
You talked about conditions being placed on aid to California, voter ID and the like. Are there any conditions that you're going to put on aid to North Carolina?
We're going to do a lot for North Carolina. They've been very slow. I don't know why it's been so bad. This has been one of the worst I've seen. Katrina, of course, was something that obviously that was a long time ago. That was not good. But this has been very slow. I don't know if that was for political reasons because they lost the state. Biden lost the state. Maybe he felt he doesn't care. Maybe there were other reasons. I don't know. But this has been very slow. By any standard, this has been very slow. And we're gonna make up for lost time.
No conditions you're going to push for aid.
Well, in California, I have a condition. In California, we want them to have voter ID so the people have a voice, because right now the people don't have a voice because you don't know who's voting, and it's very corrupt. And we also want them to release the water. If they released the water, they wouldn't have had a problem. If they released the water when I told them to, because I told them to do it 7 years ago, if they would have done it, you wouldn't have had the problem that you had. You might not have even had a fire. So, but here I don't have that.
Yeah. So he said if they release the water he's talking about, and what I understand, what I've seen on different videos and stuff they've been talking about, so it has nothing to do with that, and it's not connected even to the system, so you're filling the tanks for water. So yeah, so and the fire shouldn't have a starter if they have let the water through, and that's not true either. So yeah, it's just bullshit as usual, but that's how it is with this man. It's lying and lying and lying again. So if you don't do exactly as he wants, he won't help you. That's how it is. So make sure that you bend the knee and do everything that this dictator tell you to do, and then you're gonna get help. So that's how it works. It's nasty, it's nasty. And the next one is about the Canadians, and he wants the Canadians to be the 51st states of United States, or else he's gonna put some tariffs on them and taxes and yada yada yada, whatever he talks about all the time. So it's one more thing there, just bend the knee, Canadians, and you will be good. So let's see. Here comes the video for that as well. So let's go and see. Let's start it here. Here we go.
A nation. Also, they've been very nasty to us on trade. Historically, Canada has been very, very bad to us, very unfair to us on trade. So we'll see how it all works out. I would love to see Canada be the 51st state. The Canadian citizens, if that happened, would get a very big tax cut, tremendous tax cut, because they're very highly taxed. And you wouldn't have to worry about military. You wouldn't have to worry about many of the things. You'd have better health coverage. You'd have much better health coverage. So I think the people of Canada would like it, you know, if it's explained. But just to start off, they'd have a massive tax cut, and they'd have a lot more business, because then we'd let business go to Canada routinely, and there'd be no tariffs.
Yeah, you see, he's threatening them as well. So, and he's threatening them with military and taxes and tariffs and other stuff. So, yeah. So he wanted to be the 51st states, and they're gonna get better health care. I don't think so. They have good health care in Canada, and they are not gonna get so much lower taxes and tariffs. So I don't know. He's talking bullshit as usual. It's just tragic. It's just tragic to see. So let's see if we can find some more stuff here. Let's see. But while he's threatening Canadians to bend the knee for them and become their 51st states, so is Canada doing this. Let's see what Canadians are up to. The Canadians are up to this. Here is what Canadians are doing. They are picking up water and helping the United States to put out the fires. So they are helping. They are helping the Americans to put out the fires, and in gratitude they got threatened with violence of military or taxes or tariffs or whatever if they don't bend the knee and become the 51st state of United States. So that is what this maniac is doing. And here we will have another stuff. Let's see if I can find that. At his let's see here. He was in the church after his inauguration, so and then there was a bishop that was speaking to him, and here is what she said. Let's see.
Let me make one final plea, Mr. President. Millions have put their trust in you. And as you told the nation yesterday, you have felt the providential hand of a loving God. In the name of our God, I ask you to have mercy upon the people in our country who are scared now. There are gay, lesbian, and transgender children in Democratic, Republican, and independent families, some who fear for their lives. And the people who pick our crops and clean our office buildings, who labor in poultry farms and meat packing plants, who wash the dishes after we eat in restaurants and work the night shifts in hospitals, they may not be citizens or have the proper documentation, but the vast majority of immigrants are not criminals. They pay taxes and are good neighbors. They are faithful members of our churches and mosques, synagogues, wadara, and temples. I ask you to have mercy, Mr. President, on those in our communities whose children fear that their parents will be taken away, and that you help those who are fleeing war zones and persecution in their own lands to find compassion and welcome here. Our God teaches us that we are to be merciful to the stranger, for we were all once strangers in this land. May God grant us the strength and courage to honor the dignity of every human being, to speak the truth to one another in love, and walk humbly with each other and our God for the good of all people in this nation and the world. Amen.
Yeah. So you saw, it was a pretty strong speech. And he didn't like that at all. He didn't like that at all. So he was furious, and he was mad afterwards. So he, as usual, went out to the social medias and he wrote this. Let's see. Here we go. The so-called bishop who spoke at the National Prayer Service on Tuesday morning was a radical left hardline Trump hater. She brought her church into the world of politics in a very ungracious way. She was nasty in tone and not compelling or smart. She failed to mention the large number of illegal migrants that came into our country and killed people. Many were deposited from jails and mental institutions, like he's always saying. Everyone is coming into United States are criminals and deposited from jails and mental institutions. It is a giant crime wave that is taking place in the USA. Apart from her inebriated statement, the service was very boring and uninspiring one. She was not good at her job, and she and her church owned the public and apologize. Yeah, you see, he is crazy like hell. He didn't like what she said, and immediately he went out to the social media and wrote shit about her, like everybody else that he doesn't like. So let's see, let's find something more here. We can take this. Let's see if I can find that. Here we have it. Let's see. He's threatening everyone. And so even Denmark, an ally in NATO, and he's threatening them because he wants them to give up Greenland that has belonged to Denmark for over 800 years. So yeah. Yeah. So that was the reply to Mr. Trump, that Denmark is not giving up Greenland to him. So yeah, he's probably gonna get crazy over that too, so like everything else. Let's see, I don't know if you heard that. Let me take it one more time because I don't think I had the sound on, unfortunately. Let's take it one more time. I'm sorry if you did hear it, I don't know, but I want you to hear it, so I'm gonna play it one more time for you. So we take it from the beginning again. Sorry.
Dear President Trump, listen very carefully. Greenland has been part of the Danish kingdom for 800 years. It's an integrated part of our country. It is not for sale. Let me put it in words you might understand. Mr. Trump, fuck off.
So maybe you heard it for a second now. I'm sorry if you did it. It was texted too, so. But I wasn't sure that I had the sound on, so. But now you have seen it both with text and sound, so. That was that. So. Yeah, he's a crazy man. We all know that some long time ago. So. And one more bad thing he has done, I mean, is to release the prisoners from the January 6th. Everybody know what's happening then at the January 6th when the cop was beaten, and yeah, we're gonna see a video here from, that's a short video. And you're gonna see those he released from jails. It was from the Oath Keepers and the Proud Boys and the other crazy people, and it was about 1600 of them he pardoned in the first day, as he had promised them. So let's see. Yeah, as you can see, they are beating up cops and stuff, and yeah. So they are crazy. I didn't want to have the sound on because I don't want everybody to hear they screaming in pain. But yeah, it was hard to see. So he released them, and he has said he want to make the US more safe and stuff like that. So yeah, and I don't know how it's gonna be safer when he is releasing all those maniacs, but yeah, he does. He released them. He released them. So and here we have a former Capitol Police Officer, Michael Fanon. Let's see what he's got to say. Let's see. Get back there and the sound on. Let's see.
This ain't the first time that I've been disappointed by the criminal justice system. But, you know, in this case, it's one man ultimately who's responsible for ignoring accountability for individuals that assaulted police officers. Donald Trump just told his supporters that if you commit crimes on my behalf, I'm going to absolve you of any accountability. And so, I mean, really, the rule of law in this country just went out the window.
Yeah. So, he's right. He's right. He's all right. Let's make this country more safe. Let's see, we have another one here as well. Let me just find it. Here we got that too. He say he wants to make US more safe. So here we go.
Those people were criminally convicted, and Donald Trump didn't care a bit about safer communities when he released those who were convicted of beating the shit out of police officers. So don't come to us and talk about security and safer communities when you do that. Well, Mr. President, convicted felon release 1,600 people.
Yeah. And he's a convicted felon himself for, I think it was 47 different kind of felonies. So, a felon who is letting felons out is what we are talking about. So, that was all for today, guys. Thank you for watching, and hope you will join other videos from me in the future as well. I just started up with this, and I'm going to try to do hot takes at least a couple of times a week, because I'm working too as well. So what I will try to do as many as I can, and give you some good stuff. So until then, I will say thank you for watching, and see you on the next one. So bye.